Hello, my name is Naomi Elliott. I am an intuitive astrologer and a self-evolution coach, and I specialize in the areas of personal growth and self-development. Now, I am also the author of the book Face It, which is a shadow workbook, 250 questions designed for you to be able to explore some of the dark aspects of your mind and your soul. So this book is literally your own little personal therapist book that you can go into and explore some questions that you probably never asked yourself, probably never thought of, or probably have thought of but never really sat down deep enough to really explore what is the roots of this, why am I experiencing this, what is this trying to teach me. So this book is literally an awesome tool in your little arsenal box of learning how to deepen your process of self-discovery and learn how to really get the most out of your self-discovery journey. Now, I've had a lot of awesome feedback about this book, which I'm really grateful for. You guys have really shown out with your support and also with your stories and your reviews of how this book has practically helped you alongside your journey. So I really want to say thank you for that. But I heard some of your cries when you were like, listen, Naomi, I need some kind of event that we can go to, like some kind of Face It in real time. So your girl came to help you out, and I did just that. So I've created a 3-day shadow surgery clinic. And listen, girl, let me tell you something. Baby, this ain't no easy workshop. Those of you who know me by now know that I don't do anything surface, and we go all the way deep, all the way in. We ain't running away from nothing. So we're about to get up close and personal with our shadows and really get to know ourselves in a completely different way, ready for 2021 so that we can actually be the true selves that we were always meant to be. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to dash away every remnant of any type of mask that I may have on myself, and I'm ready to step out into my true self into 2021, taking time to just do a last little purge, last little shed to make sure that there's nothing blocking our way into 2021. We're ready to go free, we're ready to be, and we're ready to do. And as we'll be doing this on the winter solstice, we will literally be reflecting the process of the sun as it goes into its own little death or fall for those 3 days over the 21st to the 23rd of December. And we'll be using this time in Capricorn season to literally go into our secret place, our little inner secret place. And it's in this secret place that we are going to learn how to find our power. It's not about finding all of the things that makes you so disgusting and so bad. It's actually about learning that you can transmute some of those things and you can actually use some of these things to your greatest benefit. It's all about learning how to be accountable for some of the things that we may have done and may not may have realized, and just fully embracing this healing journey as you need to embrace it. So before I talk about the actual event, let me talk about the shadow, just in case you guys don't know what the shadow is. So what is the shadow? Now, the shadow was a term that was coined by Carl Jung, which was one of the greatest psychologists that ever touched the face of this planet. Let me just put that there right now. But he talks about how the shadow is literally a living form of your personality. It's a part that we often repress, we often hide, and this is usually due to traumas and wounds that we may have experienced that we feel like we have to repress and push these parts of ourselves deeper inside of ourselves and not show this aspect to other people. But it also could be places that we over-identify as well, and it ends up being a fuel to our ego. So through shadow work, we actually learn how not to disassociate from any part of ourselves. That means the bad, that means the good. It just means being able to be observant of what it is that's taking place. Whether it's someone who's actually hurt you, that person no longer becomes evil. That person actually becomes a mirror. So we've been taught and we've been programmed to disassociate from our shadow naturally. So we're taught to disassociate from everything dark, everything negative, and we class it under the category of the devil or bad or demonic or whatever. So there is a darker and more unrecognized part of our personality, and this is essentially what represents and embodies the full potential of our unconscious and our subconscious power. So with this 3-day shadow clinic, we will be exploring the fullness of our potential, the fullness of our subconscious nature. And over these 3 days, you'll be taking the time to finally say, I'm not ignoring myself anymore. No parts of myself, whether I class it as bad, whether I class it as good, I'm taking the opportunity to use these 3 days to honor myself holistically. So that's what we're going to be doing. We will be taking a deep dive and emergence into ourselves. We will literally be taking a submarine to the bottom parts of our soul. And the reason why we're going so deep is because that's where all the gems are. All the pearls are underneath the sea, right beneath the sea. So through this, you'll begin to recognize I do have a lot of gems. I have a lot of wisdom. So we'll be learning to reestablish a healthier connection with ourselves and a healthier and deeper connection with our inner wisdom. We all have an intuitive nature. We just often don't tune into it. So let's do a brief overview of what you can expect in the Shadow Clinic. So day one, we will be doing an assessment on our emotional frequencies. We'll be identifying some of the anchors to our frequency. Sometimes we don't even realize what's pulling us down. We want to be happy. We want to have joy. We want to be passionate. We want to be peaceful. But there's a lot of guilt, there's a lot of shame, there's a lot of stuff underneath there that you've been ignoring that needs to be faced. So day one will be taking this opportunity to literally meet these blocks face to face. Whether it's the fear of success, whether it's the fear of failure, whether it's guilt, whether it's shame, whatever that block is, we will be facing it. And we'll be taking this opportunity to really address the roots of where it came from. So day one is literally just a whole load of emotional swimming, as we're really going to begin to learn what emotional intelligence is and how to practically utilize emotional intelligence through some of our everyday situations. Now day two, we'll be going into the Hall of Mirrors, honey, and this is where we'll begin to remove every program of disassociation that essentially creates the disconnection within yourself. And this is where we're going to begin to do some real deep mirror work. We're going to have to learn to see our reflections in the people around us. That means even the people that's hurt us. That means even the people that's taken advantage. It means looking at some of the anchors and some of the frequencies that we have that we're not paying attention to and being like, what is it that attracted this particular person into my experience? Because everything's a pendulum. Everything has a cause and effect. So what is the cause and what is the effect? We'll be taking some time to look deeper into our shadow archetypes, and this is where we'll be bringing the whole astrology conversation into this, so you can learn to understand a bit more about your shadow through your astrological charts. So that's all going to be on day two. So day two is going to be probably the most intense days of all of the days. And then we get to day three. This is literally reclaim your power time. We're not doing this workshop to literally bathe in our despair of everything that makes us bad. And I feel like that's what some people use shadow work for, and it's literally like a constant hitting yourself, you know, like those religious people that flog themselves on the back and stuff. Some people use that with shadow work. That's not what shadow work's supposed to be used for. It's for us to learn how to find our power again, and this is what we're going to be doing on day three. So we will literally be baptizing ourselves into a polarized new perspective, new thought, and this is where we'll be turning ourselves 180 degrees away from where we started this workshop. This isn't a play event, this isn't a gimmick, this is literally you put the work in, I promise you, you will see the results. We'll be looking at the alter ego and how that can also be a source of empowerment, and how the ego actually fuels your sense of self-worth. So one of the last things that we'll be doing on day three is we will literally be taking ourselves privately and we'll be baptizing ourselves. We'll be giving ourselves a baptismal ceremony, and we'll also be doing a few little other ceremonies in between. I will be giving you guys a list of some of the things that you'll need for the clinic, just little things like a bowl of water, a candle, lighter, some Palo Santo, a heat-proof plate. So I will be giving that information in good time before the event. You can make sure that you guys can purchase that all before the event, and we can all be ready together. So by the end of these 3 days, I can promise you, you will be 10 times more aware of yourself. You will definitely feel 10 times lighter as well with all the shedding that we'll be doing. You'll realize that sometimes we make ourselves unnecessarily sick. Sometimes we make ourselves unnecessarily depressed, and we can shift a lot of that energy just by facing ourselves, just by actually being honest and having real life, real deep conversations with ourselves. So if you'd like to be able to sign up to this workshop, you can visit my website www.trueselfproject.co.uk, and if you click the Shadow Surgery tab, you'll be able to pull up all of the information about the event. Now, I wouldn't be your girl if I didn't drop some discounts. So I do have some opportunities where you can receive some discounts. All you have to do is be able to refer 3 people and you automatically get 30% off of your booking. Now, if you're in the Inner Realms Academy with the Fire Tribe, you guys guys automatically get up to 50% discounts off your booking. Now this is why it benefits you guys to be a member of the Inner Realms Academy, as you have access to a lot of discounts that a lot of other people are not able to get. Now if you want to get a hand on all of those goodies, all of those discounts, you guys can send me an email on trueselfprojectinfo@gmail.com. Now you can also send me an email if you'd like to be able to set up a payment plan, as I know it's a bit crazy season at the moment and some people are in different places with regards to their finance. So I have given you guys opportunity to do your payments in 2 payments. So if you need assistance on that, then definitely send me an email again on trueselfprojectinfo@gmail.com. So I look forward to going through a real life resurrection experience with all of you guys and begin to prepare ourselves for 2021, the real life showdown. So let's tap into some real life shadow magic, and I hope to see you guys soon.